Good evening and welcome to Hopkinton High School for tonight's varsity girls basketball game as the Norwood Mustangs take on your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. The Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans in attendance. Please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Thank you for helping create a positive, respectful, and fun environment here at HHS. And now for tonight's lineups. For the Mustangs, at guard, number 4, freshman Erin Reen. At guard, number 14, freshman Megan Olbreys. At forward, number 55, sophomore Kate Earle. At guard, number 12, junior Emma Matoro. And at guard, number 5, junior Allison Jambanco. The coach for the Mustangs is Amy Lepley. And now for your hometown, Hopkinton Hillers. At guard, number 23, freshman Lauren Cho. At guard, number 3, sophomore Amelia Sensini. At forward, number 21, sophomore Caroline Connell. At forward, number 34, junior Ashley McDermott. And at guard, number 0, senior Captain Lillian Morningstar. The Hillers are coached by Mike Greco, Kerry Chatton, and Pat O'Brien. Now, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello everybody, Steve Spector and Tim Hladek here with you today as your 4-5 Hopkinton Hillers host the 10-0 the undefeated Norwood Mustangs. So Steve, it's been a while since we've been back here in Hopkinton. The Hillers had a few games away, unfortunately 2 losses at Millis and at Medfield, hoping to right the ship here today, but easier said than done against a 10-0 Norwood team.
Well, it's interesting, I believe this is the first year that Norwood has joined the Tri-Valley League.
Right, yeah.
And not to date myself here, but Framingham North High grad, they used to be in the Bay State League with
That's right, yep.
back in the day. And I know Dedham also joined the Tri-Valley League recently. So this will be the first time maybe they've ever played each other. And, again, we have the side story with Lily Morningstar coming back after her knee injury, and this is her first home game. And should be very exciting. You can feel a little buzz in the Athletic Center tonight.
Absolutely. They announced her as the last starter, try to give her the biggest applause they could. Again, they'll need a lot from everybody here tonight against the undefeated Norwood team, which doesn't have a single senior on their 9-girl roster, as the floater falls a bit short. They have 4 freshmen,
almost to travel.
3 sophomores, and 2 juniors. So not a lot of experience to speak of on Norwood, but that hasn't stopped them so far this year.
That's an incredible record if you think about it. They're starting 2 freshmen tonight, and very young, but maybe some of these towns have AAU teams that they must be playing very well together, and they get the first bucket.
A nice drive from Giambanco. Gets the bucket for. She dishes it off. Gets the bucket for Norwood.
Yeah, Kate Earle looks like a center. Oh, nice response by Ashley McDermott with her bucket of her own, tie the score at 2-2 at 7 or so minutes left in the first quarter.
Got 2 good passes leading to 2 easy buckets for both teams as Sensini fights on the floor with Emma Maturo.
Amelia Sensini sacrificing her body, just laying out for that ball, and caused a jump ball, and the Hillers have the ball back, and now they're facing a full court press by Norwood. Ooh, almost a travel.
Sure, yeah,
nice job.
must have kept 1 foot down at least on the ground as Morningstar stepped out of bounds with the ball. Another turnover there.
You know, as not to talk too much about Lily's knee, I also have had a couple of ACL surgeries, and it takes a while to come back from that physically, as well as just getting your head in the game. And it's good to see her quickness. She looked pretty quick on that play, and she's got the new knee brace that I'm sure she's adjusting to. But excellent to see her. She's going to provide a lot of leadership for the Hillers moving forward here.
Giambanco's pass inside is tipped away, stolen by Hopkinton.
Oh,
Cho
nice.
takes it all the way.
Nice play.
Tough scoop layup. She's fouled on the attempt, no good on the shot, but 2 free throws, first of the game for either team, coming now for Hopkinton.
Yeah, Lauren Cho's had quite a season. We've seen, you know, a handful of games here by now, and we've seen Lauren very composed for a freshman, and had a really big game against. Geez, I got to remember who that was against, but she had about three. Was it Dedham? I can't remember. I'm sorry, losing it. But she has shown some incredible poise and hitting some big buckets, and misses her first free throw. First of 2.
Second one is good, but I believe it was Dedham. That was an overtime win they had.
The double overtime.
Yep.
That's right.
Double overtime against Dedham. She, at the end of regulation, and I believe the first overtime, and in the second overtime, she was making key buckets to either prolong the game or win it for Hopkinton, as Norwood's shot misses the mark. Rebound goes to Caroline Connell.
Hillers could, you know, coming home after a couple of road losses. Hopefully a little home cooking will help them get a W here against nice job.
Morningstar drives and is fouled. Looks like that one's going to against Kate Earl.
Good to see Lily taking up strong. And then we're not sure what's going to happen with Olivia Gladue with her elbow injury, but we hope that she can get back as well. Only, of course, if she's ready and it makes sense. But
right. At any rate, it's good to see Lily back out on the floor. It's been a long time. Yeah, she goes 1 of 2 from the line.
Nice
Connell almost left that
bounce.
ball wanting, but she did grab it. No good on the offensive board attempt, though. As Hopkinton maintains a 4-2 lead with just under 6 minutes here in the opening quarter.
Playing an aggressive, trapping type of defense. Nice.
Earl, a nice move to get by Connell, and avoiding the travel ties the game at 4.
Only a sophomore. Kate Earl, she's.
Connell drives, the bounce pass bouncing all around. McDermott somehow recovers it off some feet now. And a good scrum there at a jump ball.
You know, Caroline had an opening to take the shot. I think she got a little bit of second thoughts about doing that going up against the tall, I don't know about taller, similar height, but certainly Kate Earl has a presence down there, and she created a little situation that Caroline had to adjust to, and that didn't work out for the Hillers there.
Pass inside is tipped away. Connell, good defense on that one on the pass, trying to get into Megan Olbrey's. No such luck.
Pretty good crowd here tonight, Tim. We got the band here. Good energy.
Norwood does get the pass inside. Giambanco, the floater, falls a bit short. Sensini grabs the board.
Good box by Sensini on that. Skip pass. Norwood in a, I guess it's a man-to-man.
It is, yeah. It is a man-to-man, but they're helping a lot. They're leaving the shooter open in the corner a lot when they don't have the ball, so it kind of masquerades as a zone. But Caroline Connell with the drive gets her own putback. Might have been blocked on that second attempt as Norwood
nice
grabs
job
Morningstar with the steal. chance for Hopkinton here. Pass to Cho for an open three.
Good
Off
shot.
the mark, rebound to Norwood.
Good idea by Lily.
Another deep pass. This time Earl gets it.
Oh.
She's blocked by Cho. The bench up for that one to see the small guard get a piece of that one.
Wow, good
Quite
timing.
a piece of that one.
That's got to feel pretty good, and the reaction from her bench and her teammates as well as the crowd here in the Athletic Center appreciated that play. Good job by Lily. There's a steal. Second steal.
Yep,
Look
takes
out.
it away again. She gets
Gotta
picked.
talk.
And that forces another jump ball. Getting involved with that was Lexi Trendle.
Erin Reen, a number 4 for Norwood. Only a freshman. And she's got some spunk. Pretty feisty out there. 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first quarter. 4-4. Both teams kind of getting their legs under them, feeling each other out a little bit. You know, again, this appears to be the first time they've ever played one another, so there's no real history there. I'm sure they've done. Pat O'Brien and the scouting staff, the coaching staff here at Hopkinton has done their homework, and 10-0 speaks pretty volumes right there. So
exactly right.
They've had to play a few good teams in there. I'm sure there's been not everyone's going to, be a pushover, but as you said, you've done a little research. Some of the games are very tight scores, so.
Right, yeah, Norwood's played a couple of games, 3 games out of the league, wins over Dighton, Rehoboth, Attleboro, and Milford, but then 7-0 against the TVL, which every year the TVL is good regardless of who sits at the top, but wins over Medway, Medfield, Holliston, Ashland, Dover, Sherburne, Dedham, and Westwood, all teams that have given Hopkinton a lot of trouble this year, and they've beaten them all, so definitely 4-4, not too impressive of a score right now, but still early in the game. Definitely time for both teams to get things cooking.
Yeah, this is a pivotal game for the Hillers. Oh, nice. Looked like some contact there.
And Morningstar's drive.
Oh.
She fights for the offensive board, somehow forces a jump ball there.
It's good to see Lily pretty fearless out there with that knee brace. It's called a derotation brace. It doesn't really, the idea is to not let your knee twist. And it's a little cumbersome at first, but once you have it and get used to it, it gives you a little peace of mind.
Confidence at least,
peace of mind that you can't really hurt the knee. And she's playing with quickness and reckless abandon.
Cross-court pass. Reeves gets in, drives, a nice bounce pass to Megan Olbreeze, and she knocks the layup down. 6-4, Norwood.
Another freshman, so they youthful teams, both of them tonight. Hillers could use a bucket. Haven't scored in a little while. Nice take by Carol. Oh, tough.
Her shot, no good, just a bit too much. That one, no jump ball on that one. Trendle a bit too aggressive on that, getting hit with the foul.
Substitution now.
We got Kiki Fossbender coming in for the first time, another Hiller freshman. Reen from 3, too strong, but Reeves grabs the offensive board.
Well,
Reen
looks
drives.
Like a walk.
It did, but
Euro step.
Not called. Another 2 points.
Pretty
there
slick
as the
move.
freshman. Yeah, Reen, regardless of the travel or not, it was a good aggressive drive, and she got it to fall.
Definitely.
Trendle hands it off to Morningstar. Back to Trendle now. She's fouled down on the floor. That one looks like it's going against Reen.
Yep, Hillers critical. This game has plenty of time left. Down by 4 points. A lot to be written here. Oh, nice move.
Fossbender drives, good look, couldn't get it to fall. Trendle fighting for the offensive board. She is fouled again.
And so that's their 4th foul to the Hillers' first foul. But in looking at the Hillers' record, 4 and 5, they They really don't want to go 2 games under 500. This is one of those fork in the road kind of games where you want to get back to 500 and then move up from there.
Right. It's been a tough stretch for the Hillers. They've lost 5 out of the last 6, and truth be told, the 5 losses that they've had have been pretty good competition, but still, I'm sure it doesn't sit well with Coach Greco and the rest of the crew there, trying to right the ship here. Although not an easy opponent to do so against. As another offensive rebound is fought for and another jump ball. This has got to be setting a record for the most jump balls, I think, in the opening quarter.
We've had probably a half dozen in the first quarter, and
I
still
would say so.
two minutes left. Still, that was a
lot of fight.
Brooke Doherty coming off the bench and always providing a good spark. Ooh, also travel.
Yeah,
that's too bad.
Fassbender hit a little bit of indecision on her part. Hit with the travel. 2-12. Yep, 8-4. Norwood left.
You can see the Hillers are laser focused playing D. They need a stop here. That's a travel too.
Yep, and just same call on the other side. Another travel called.
Taylor Brinklow, sophomore. Geez, Norwood looking at their roster, two juniors and the rest are sophomores and freshmen.
Yep, this looks like another, I believe, another jump ball there.
Keeping Coach Bliss down there at the scorer's table busy moving those
right
jump ball back and forth. I know he can handle it, but easy pickings for the legend, Coach Bliss.
Either way, Norwood with possession now. 1:45 left here in the opening quarter. 8-4 lead.
Both teams kind of catching a dry spell here. Oh, nice.
Good aggressive defense from the Hillers, though, forcing a tough pass. Cho looks up, almost a travel there, as Sensei launches the deep 3 and knocks it down. Step and a half behind that 3-point line there was Sensei, but she knocked it down regardless.
And good pass by Brooke Doherty coming in off the bench, and made a good decision to pull the ball back out and saw Sensei wide open, and Amelia had a bunch of.
Morningstar picks it off again. She's going to take it the whole way. Layup up and in. Hillers take a 9-8 lead.
Yeah, this would, again, not to get ahead of ourselves here, but this would accomplish 2 things. Get the Hillers record squared up in a 500 situation, and then give them momentum by, if they should pull this one out. Looks like it's going to be a tight game here as we go, and if they are fortunate enough to pull the game out, it gives them the momentum of beating a 10-0 team.
Right, absolutely.
Kate Earl, you're a pin drop here.
Right on that one, sure. Earl's first free throw is no good. Second one on the way. Bit too strong on that one as well, and Trendle grabs the board.
Free throws always come into play. And missing 2, keeps advantage Hillers there.
Trendle gets the ball inside, almost gets it picked off. She thought her teammate.
Ooh.
Yeah, and a little bit of a mental lapse there from freshman Samantha Reen. Should have just let the ball go out there, but I think she kind of lost track of where she was.
This is just a guess. We have Samantha Reen and Erin Reen. They're both freshmen. I'm just going to make the guess that they're twins. And they look similar. Just an observation.
I'll take your word for it then.
Similar games too. Both very quick.
5 seconds left on the shot clock for Hopkinton. Sensini drives.
Nice.
The shot just off the mark. Trendle fighting for the offensive board.
Nice.
Loose ball somehow corralled by Connell. Now Cho with the shot.
Wow.
Somehow gets it over the outstretched arm of Earl. We have an 11-8 Hopkinton lead.
Great perseverance by the Hillers, sticking with. Ooh, that's almost a carry. That's a deflected out of bounds. Still Norwood ball.
Yep.
half a second
0.5
left.
seconds left for Norwood to get a shot off. It's going to be a catch and shoot scenario.
Ooh.
And Earl, I don't believe got it off in time anyway. It was close, good effort there. But Hopkinton was down 8-4, went on a nice 7-0 run there to take the first quarter 11-8.
Yeah, definitely going into the second quarter with some momentum. And again, as you say, seven straight points. Both teams kind of hit a dry spell there for 3 or 4 minutes in the middle of the quarter, but certainly a good sign. And it's good to see Lily Morningstar back in. Between Lily and Lauren Cho working together, that's a formidable backcourt.
Right.
That is, even though Lauren being a freshman, she's already distinguished herself as a strong player in the Tri-Valley League. So I guess word's out about her, and she just hit a beautiful bank shot, not an easy shot with somebody right in her face. So 11-8 Hillers after one.
Right, yeah, like you said, Steve, a tough bit of a few minutes there in the first quarter. Not many shots falling for either team, but again, Hopkinton ending it on that 7-0 run. Definitely a good sign for the Hillers, who have been struggling offensively. And again, losing those last 2 games at Millis and then at Medfield, trying to right the ship. And a good first step here with that 11-8 lead as we get ready to start the second quarter.
Norwood playing tough man-to-man D.
McDermott's going to drive. The pass was tipped away. Morningstar recovered. She needs help, though.
Plenty of time. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tough
Cho
D
with
by
the ball,
Norwood.
5 seconds left. McDermott drives.
Got to launch it.
Connell, a deep 3 off the backboard. Grabbed by Norwood.
You can see Norwood digging in there. Hillers are going to have to.
Nice pass inside. Great roll off from Megan Olbrys. Kind of just spun right off the defender. And a better pass from Reen there to get an easy 2 for Norwood.
Yeah, Olbrys of Norwood made a nice, got really good position on the Hiller defensive player and received a beautiful pass for that nice hoop.
Morningstar's jump shot.
Ooh, too bad.
Just a bit short, but
Caroline
a good
Connell.
bounce.
Oh, that's a great hustle by Caroline.
Nice drive from Cho, but this one just bounced out. Pretty reminiscent of that shot she hit over Earl. This one just unlucky enough to get that bad bounce, and Norwood takes control.
Hillers with a 1-2-1-1 full court press, almost a steal.
Reen's left-hand drive no good. Earl's rebound no good. And then tipped out of bound by Olbrys.
Good defense by the Hillers on that. Kind of a one-on-one. Erin Reen taking it up into, I think it was Caroline or one of the taller Hiller players, and that didn't go well for Reen.
Then a foul called on Norwood. Looks like it's going to go against Erin Reen. She didn't give Morningstar enough room there to come down with that pass.
That's her second foul with 6:26 left in the second quarter, so we'll keep an eye on that development. Whether the Norwood coach, Amy Lepley, decides to leave Erin Reen in. Erin Reen has been playing the whole game so far. We're close to it.
Morningstar launches a 3.
Bang.
This one, she knocks it down. 14-10 lead now for Hopkinton.
Nice to have senior guard leadership. We've watched, 4 or 5 games here earlier, and having Lily on the court is a comforting sight. I'm sure it is. Oh, a little dramatic there.
At that time, McDermott a bit too aggressive. She might have embellished that first one. I thought they were going to call the foul on the first one. McDermott a bit aggressive and then hit with the blocking foul on that second attempt there.
Yeah, I was watching the reaction of Coach Pat O'Brien over there. He didn't particularly care for that drama. Oh, there's a steal anyway. Justice served. 14-10 Hillers.
Morningstar drives, kicks it over. Cho. Good defense by Norwood, keeping Cho in front.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Cho gets stripped, and Olbreeze ends up with it.
That's an unusual turnover for Lauren. She's generally pretty good, but I think she started feeling the heat with the shot clock winding down there.
Cho now on the other end. I think got that shot partially blocked. Goes out of bounds. Hopkinton will keep possession.
Allison Giambanco, number 5 for Norwood, with a good defensive play on Lauren Cho.
Sends it inside to Connell.
Looks like some contact.
Took a bit of a wild shot there, no good.
Oh, there it is, Lauren. Nice.
Norwood throws it away again. They've been very quick with their passes. A lot of times having just about half a step above in front of their defender, but apparently that's just their philosophy.
Tough
They've been
play.
doing it all game.
Yep. They're looking for that home run ball oftentimes. I think the Hillers are onto that now.
And the Hillers, the one thing that they haven't struggled with this year is defense. They've been a very, very good defensive team. As Olbreeze goes off the screen again, she's seen pretty good at moving without the ball. She gets an easy bucket there.
Norwood's got a good scheme to get some of these kind of slashing cuts going through the lane, and they've been very effective, and they're finishing in many of their hoops with little bunny layups. So, good job by Caroline. A lot of contact,
Connell,
no
again,
call.
A lot of contact. You're right, but rebound goes to Norwood. Reen takes
That's got to be a travel, no call, but end result is Hiller ball going the other way. Easy.
I don't want to sound impartial, but Morningstar got a hand in there and knocked that free of her possession there. So I think that's why the travel wasn't called.
Yep.
But still fortunate play for the Hillers. As Connell's pass, I believe, is kicked by Norwood, so stays with the Hillers. Looks like it's going to be a timeout from Coach Greco, I believe.
Not sure. But anyway, we have a 14-12. Not a whole lot of scoring going on here. 3:51 left in the second quarter.
Right.
Tim, in 14-12 lead for the Hillers. And
yeah, it's just Morningstar's 3 so far for the, and then 2 buckets for Norwood. So you're right, like 7 points total. Not a lot of scoring going on, but Hillers still have the lead, 14-12. So not too much to complain about.
yeah, no problem there. And if they win 27-25, we'll take it.
Right, exactly, right. A win is a win, and the Hillers need one right now. Again, as we mentioned before, they're 4-5 overall, 3-4 in the TVL, losing the start of the year 3-0, and then have lost 5 of their last 6. So a tough stretch right now for the Hillers. And Coach Greco doesn't like to make excuses, but they have been playing the top of the TVL thus far in those games. Millis, Medfield, Westwood, Ashland, and then obviously a tough non-conference game against Foxborough, who as we saw, looks like they're probably going to be heading back to another state title because they were just all over the place. But even that said, tough stretch for the Hillers, but looking to kind of turn that around here against a 10-0 team, up 14-12.
Right, and then the next 2 games are almost a travel.
Yeah, and Trendle was hit with the travel there.
And then looking at the schedule, which you were nice enough to print up, the next 2 games for the Hiller girls are away at Medway on Tuesday of next week, and then at Holliston next Friday. So, 4 of the last 4 out of 5 games are on the road for the Hillers, and they So they really could use this win for tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Still, those 2 TVL games, they had an over 32-30 win, overtime win against Holliston, as Olbreeze gets another offensive board and puts the bucket in, this time the left hand. And then at Medway, Holliston's the second game, but at Medway too, first time they've seen them this year. That's always a tough game against the Medway Mustangs.
Yep, that's true. 2 Mustangs in there.
So we have a tie game, 14-14, as Olbreeze has really made her impact felt here.
She's got to have 6 or 8 points by now.
The open 3 from Norwood's a bit off the mark, too strong from Steve.
Gotta get it, Brooke. Tough.
Yep. And Hornibrook there, or Oh, no, Doherty, excuse me. You were right. Doherty there stepped out of bounds as she tried to save that one.
Yeah, that long pass was a little too much of a line drive and not as much of a float on it. And Brooke did a great job trying to catch up to it and
right, trying to track it down, yeah.
Just nudged the line there. Hillers could use a stop here. They haven't scored. They, like you say, they only have one bucket this quarter with was a three-pointer.
Right. Ellie Steves there driving, draws the foul on the floor, so Norwood will inbound under the Hiller hoop. 2:47 left here in the half, 14-14.
There it is.
Again, Olbrys coming off the screen. That play has been working for them a lot. She's an imposing figure down there. Tall, no toothpick by any means, and getting whatever she wants coming off screens, and she runs really well off of them.
Yep, she's definitely talking about Olbrys. Yeah, she's got about 8 or 10 points now, and Norwood in general, it just has a nice. There's a nice shot.
Cho launches the three. Looked good. Just a bit short. But yeah, Norwood's drawing up a lot of plays that are
they do this one
finding the mark.
Yeah, they have a 1-4 offensive set.
Again, that and Olbrys again was open. The ball handler drew 2 defenders there.
Tough shot, no good.
Giambanco's shot no good, but fighting for it was Steves with Trendle.
They've got Brooke Doherty, freshman, covering Megan Olbrys, the freshman for Norwood, and they need to shut her down.
3-point shot, hitting nothing there. It was a nice pass back from Giambanco, who had a nice cut to get the ball, but her path was cut off. 3-pointer did not hit the mark. Hopkinton will take over. 1:46 left here in the first half. Hiller's getting outscored 8-3 so far in this quarter. Again, since Morningstar's 3, offense has quieted way down for the Hillers, but still only down 2.
Tough
Trendle
shot.
Drive shot. Doesn't find the mark. Connell's offensive board. She's blocked. Another offensive rebound. Morningstar, nice drive. Mid-range jumper is good.
Nice job by Lily. She squared up. She had an open 3, but she ball faked it and set herself up for a little 7 or 10 foot jumper, and she kept herself square. Here's a nice job as a kick ball, disrupting things. 16-16 with 1:13 left in the half, and could get a little momentum. There's some momentum right there.
Morningstar, wide open layup off the steal. Now an 18-16 lead for Hopkinton. Looks like Morningstar smells a little blood in the water, trying to give the freshman a little bit of trouble here, bringing the ball up.
Senior versus a freshman, and oh man, they got to shut her down. Oh, at least she missed that one.
A tougher look there, but almost knocked it down.
Just work for a good shot. Don't need to rush.
Ball inside to Trendle.
Oh, nice move.
Nice fake.
Oh, that didn't look like a travel to me. There's no travel. I'm with Coach Greco. I didn't see a travel either. She did a great. Look at that. His palms are facing the ceiling. Like, what are you talking about? There's been plenty of travels tonight. That wasn't one of them, in my opinion. But unlucky.
A tough break for the Hillers. Still up 2 with just over half a minute left here in the opening half. As Giambanco drives, she was pushed a bit before that pass.
That's all right. That's a 6th foul. No 1-on-1 yet. 31 seconds left in the half. So the next one, I believe, will be. Was that their 5th or 6th?
I'm not sure if they updated it really fast.
Yeah. In any event, no 1-on-1. So
right.
Lily playing tough D. There is another one.
Almost forces the turnover.
There it is.
A lot of scrambling. Somehow Reen ends up with it, and then it ends up in the hands of Caroline Connell and Coach Greco. Or I thought he was motioning for a timeout, but apparently it was just a jump ball.
That was a nice development by the Hillers, shutting them down. Now they have 13 seconds to get plenty of time to get a good shot off. Be great to get one going into the half because they were down 16-14 and they've got a couple buckets in a row. Lily's disrupting things defensively, creating some chaos. There's a pick. Ooh, almost. Oh, that's a foul. That's too bad.
Definitely Trendle there, a bit too aggressive, throwing out the arms there. Tough break, as it was a good screen right until the very end. Gives Norwood just under 5 seconds to try to either tie this game or take a lead.
Appreciate the effort by Lexi on that. Just unfortunate, to your point, she just extended her arms in the pick. 2 seconds, 1 second, too late.
Green drives, doesn't get the shot off in time. Apparently she must not have known how much time she had left. Either way, break for Hopkinton as the Hillers come alive a bit there at the end thanks to Morningstar's defense, taking 18-16 lead into halftime.
Yeah, not a lot of scoring that quarter for both teams. 8-7 Norwood in that quarter, but the Hillers hanging on to a 2-point lead. And against a 10-0 team, big crowd here tonight, and the band's playing, and it looks like we're going to have a fantastic finish. If the second half goes like this, we're going to have a tight game going down the stretch, and I'm sure the free throws are going to come into play. So,
right, yeah. So Steve, you had to play us off there in the second half. The Hillers take an 18-16 lead into the halftime break, and we hope to see you guys back in a few minutes to enjoy the second half. Cam TV back with you here for the second half as Steve Spector and Tim Laddick get ready to bring you another action-packed half of action, of course, right? Here at the Hopkinton Hillers home. 18-16 lead for the Hillers now as we start the second half. And against a 10-0 team, not much offense here, as you can tell, as Lily Morningstar almost picks that one off again. But Hillers still with a 2-point lead. And it looks like an offensive 3 seconds called as Olbrys, they got hit with parking it in the paint there.
Unusual call. You don't see that too often.
No.
Good start for the Hillers. Get a turnover and get the ball back.
Sensen launches the deep three again, knocks it down. That's her second deep three. Another one from about almost 2 steps behind the three-point line, opens up a 5-point Hiller lead.
That sets the tone for the second half for the Hillers. Again, I don't want to jinx anything. I just have a good feeling at the way things are going here.
Drive from Norwood's Emma Maturo, no good. Now Cho brings it all the way.
Ooh, tough
just
shot.
A bit strong there.
Oh, nice job by Ashley.
McDermott throws it off of Olbrys' leg. Stays with the Hillers.
John Ritz, doing camera, had an inclination to go after that ball either with his foot or dive for it. You could see he's thinking about it. He decided to take care of his equipment. Probably not a bad move by John down there. Oh, too bad.
Pass to Morningstar, bit out of control, but Morningstar had recovered.
Plenty of time. 16, 15, 14 on the Caroline bringing the ball down. 7 seconds.
Ball moving around, but not much happening as
blocked.
Connell's
Gotta
shot
get the
is
shot
blocked.
off.
McDermott couldn't track it down.
Tough D by Nord on that stretch.
Jim Bonko's shot. No good. Now Morningstar with it.
Coming up from behind. Look out.
And Morningstar does end up losing it.
Need a little communication would have been good there on the Hillers.
Open three for Norwood. Again off the mark. Olbrys down low. Nice fake to get Connell going there.
She's got what she, for the younger players who are watching this game, we're obviously rooting for the Hillers, but number 14 for Norwood, you got a whole second half to look at Megan Olbrys. She uses her body as well as we've seen anyone in the girls' game.
Great footwork as well, too.
She just seals off the player. Oh, that's too bad.
Morningstar loses that one again. Olbrys with it. Nice bounce pass.
I think a timeout here.
Another layup. 21-20 now.
I would call a timeout. They just scored.
Yeah, usually Coach Greco is quicker to stop those runs and call quicker timeouts, but this time letting it go.
Yep. But I'm not gonna. That's why I don't coach. 4 seconds. They need to get the shot off.
Morningstar needs to shoot it quick. She does. Floater falls short.
Tight game. 21-20 Hillers. 5 minutes left in the third quarter here. Good
pass
D.
inside to Earl. Now out to Olbrys. We haven't seen her shoot from deep yet.
A lot of contact. No foul. Oh, tough.
Giambanco almost gets her own shot. Or she does. She had a second opportunity there. Almost got the second harder attempt to fall, but the ball just didn't have enough on it. As now Coach Greco calls that timeout.
Yeah, I think it's a good timeout. Just the Hillers don't seem quite in sync, and they hit that three-pointer early,
right.
And that's all the scoring for them so far this quarter. And it feels tighter. And Norwood only has 2 buckets. But they've got the last 2 buckets, and the Hillers haven't really done much in the last, 3 or 4 minutes. So since they've got that first bucket. So we have a quick break here. We want to acknowledge our awesome crew here tonight. On the cameras, John Ritz and Andy Ritz and Jane McCluskey, hanging out with Tim and I. And Mike Tarosian, we call him Tiger sometimes, but he's running. We'll call him Tiger tonight because he's producing and doing graphics. No problem for Mike. He handles things most of the time very well. We have all the confidence in the world in him tonight to do the same, and we appreciate all of you guys keeping Tim and I, under control for the most part. So.
Right, of course. It's always a stray moment, but we do our best.
Yeah, it's still early. We have plenty of time, so things could go off the rails. So.
And speaking of that, the Hillers have a 21-20 lead with 4:48 left here in the third quarter. Just the deep three from Sensony for the scoring here for Hopkinton.
Ooh, that's foul.
And Connell a bit aggressive on that closeout there as Olbrys gets whacked across the face. Connell's first foul of the game, first foul of the half for either team. Reen from three. Knocks it down. I believe that is Norwood's first three of the game, and it gives them a 2-point lead. They only gave them 2 points on the scoreboard, but we'll see.
Could have been on the line.
On our monitor, it says 23, but on the big scoreboard, it only has them as 22. We'll see if that is updated.
Oh, nice steal.
Pass thrown right to Morningstar. She takes
Under
it
control.
away. It's got to be about her fourth or fifth steal of the game. She bowls right into Reen there. Tough call to make there, but 2 free throws coming from Morningstar.
That's her third foul, I believe. It is, yep. Lily making an adjustment on her knee brace.
Yep, and Coach Lepley there trying to remedy that problem there. I believe they're getting that extra point up. Oh, they gave it to Hopkinton. They're going to have to fix that, too.
There it is.
There we go.
Mike Tarosian working on that. There, you got it. You were right. We got it right.
Yeah, we ended up getting it right.
It's a miracle.
As Morningstar's free throw finds the mark. 23-22 Norwood now.
I think we have ourselves a game here, Tim, and all things are pointing to a close finish, and it should be exciting. Always fun to do these games when they're tight. They're all fun, but especially when there's a really good finish. Good D by Lily and Cam McDonald.
Three there from Norwood. This one off the mark again.
Nice box out.
Yep, Connell getting great position there. Sealing the defender, or the offender, I guess in this case, grabbing the defensive rebound.
Plenty of time. Norwood playing some tough man-to-man defense. Good decision by the Hillers to pull things out that wasn't working. Now they need to get a shot off in 5 seconds.
Pass inside
there
to
it is.
McDermott.
And one. Oh!
Nope. Foul on the floor. Before the shot got off, so Hopkinton will inbound. Still 23-23. That foul going against Emma Maturo. Pass inside to Connell. Now we have looks like an offensive foul there.
Wow, tough break there.
Yeah, twice Hillers thought they were going to have and one opportunities, but no such luck on either of those.
Got a game here. 23s. Pair of 23s on the scoreboard here. Lily looking to. Ooh. It just looks like she's about to steal the ball.
Right. Looks like she wants to steal it at every opportunity. Reen's three, bit too hard. Offensive rebound off the mark.
But the student section.
Yeah, I think they might have thrown him off. Might have thrown Reen off there with the quick countdown. She still had about 8 seconds left.
Yep. Sort of the six-man award there to the. Just sort of a.
And Reen this time getting her hands
should be okay.
on the ball.
10 seconds.
That's been Morningstar's job the whole time. Yep, 10 seconds left now for the Hillers. Morningstar drives, scoop layup up and in. 25-23 lead now, 2:30 left in the third.
It's a big hoop by Lily. She's had a couple of tough breaks coming up the floor earlier this half, losing the ball. So think Lily's calling for a break or something.
Yep, as Morningstar and McDermott come off the court.
Hillers 2-point lead, 2:22 left in the third. Good D by the Hillers. 10 seconds. Tough D. Good job.
Taken away
And
by
that's a foul.
Hopkins. Good defense, and then a bit of a frustration. Yep. Foul there from, I believe, Maturo. Should be her second of the game. And timeout coming from Norwood.
Yeah, this is going to be quite a finish. Both teams have playing some scrappy defense. Not as many jump balls as the first quarter. We had about 7 or 8 jump balls in the first quarter, so that's
calmed down a bit.
That situation has changed a little bit, and Norwood. I think we did our research, and they've been in a lot of close games, and we'll see how this game plays out. But Hillers are in it to win it, as they say, and they really could use this win tonight.
Right, yeah, like we've said before, 4-5 on the year, looking to get back to 500 after losing 5 out of their last 6. Tough stretch for the Hillers, and then we've seen. Obviously, they're playing home tonight, but their last 2 games were away, and their next 2 games after tonight are going to be away. So a tough road stretch here for the Hillers with the home game right in the middle there, but important games nonetheless. 2:06 left here in the third, 25-23 Hiller lead. Cho with the ball.
Good call by the Norwood fan. That was a moving pick. That's Lexi's second similar.
Yes, second of the game. Yep. Third foul, but second from a moving screen.
Yeah, up the top of the key. She just needs to just set the pick and just keep her feet and not move too much.
Olbrys hasn't touched the ball too much here in the third. Coming off a screen again there. Didn't get it.
Good D by Lexi on that one.
Olbrys gets involved, fighting for that offensive board.
I think Coach Greco was looking for an over-the-top call on Olbrys.
Close to getting one, too.
Didn't get one. Aggressive play by Olbrys on that.
Giambanco fouled on the drive. Her floater fell short, but 2 free throws coming. A chance for Mustangs to tie this one up.
This is where free throws become such a factor, and you can go back. You can't get the ones you miss back, but for both teams, it's usually a contagious situation where everyone starts to hit them, and then if you miss a few in a row, the rim gets a little smaller.
Giambanco 2 for 2 on that trip, ties it up at 25 with just over a minute 30 left here in the third quarter.
Those are big.
And we've seen the Hillers struggle with free throws all season long. We'll see if that trend continues here in this game.
Plenty of time.
McDermott finally gets it to Cho. She drives. Lane opens up a bit. Shot just off the mark. Olbrys gets it, puts her head down to drive. Layup just off the mark. She forces another offensive rebound, though. Another drive, and now Olbrys again offensive board. She can't finish.
That's got to be a foul there. She's all over. No call there.
Yeah, Hiller fans calling for it. Probably should have got one there, but just over half a minute left now. Still tie game. 10 seconds left on the shot clock as Sensini drives.
Nice.
Her floater It's nothing but net. 27-25 now. Shot clock is off for Norwood.
That's a big. Amelia's had some big hoops. She's got 2 3-pointers from downtown, and that one there is a tough runner. Tough angle, and she swished it. Gives the Hillers a little momentum going into this fourth quarter, assuming they can make a stop here.
Jambanko's floater hard off the backboard, but gets it to fall. 27 all here at the end of 3. And let's see, 9 points for the Hillers and 11 for Norwood. Looks like we're going to hand it off to the student at the floor for the raffle.
The winning number is 118752. 118752. The winner can meet me at the table. Thank you for all of your support.
All right, so heading into this final 8-minute quarter, we have a 27-27 tie game. As we see the winner of that 50-50 raffle looks like heading toward to collect his winnings. But a tough offensive game for both teams. But I would have to say that most of it has been caused by the stifling defense that we've seen from Norwood and especially from Hopkinton, really all around this game.
Yeah, no question about it. And that was a big hoop by Norwood. As I spoke too soon. The Hillers had a nice basket by Amelia before the quarter ended with about 7 or 8 seconds left, and I was hoping that would be the momentum, helped some momentum for the Hillers going into the quarter, and then Norwood comes back and hits sort of a prayer. Prayer was answered on that banker going through the lane, so we have a 27-27 tie game here going into the fourth.
And another offensive foul on the screen. The refs have been calling that all game. This one going against McDermott. Although that one looked a bit quick, but although McDermott has, I think, escaped a few fouls in this game that probably could have been called, tough one to go there at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
So we'll see how Norwood, with their 10-0 record, they've had a lot of close games. Let's see how they operate in the fourth quarter. Oh, that's a good steal by Lily. Double tip. Looked like a double tip. Lily was saying it was a double tip, but referees.
Of course she's saying that, though. she wants the ball for the Hillers, rightfully so. But tough to not have instant replay for particular calls like that. Morningstar playing great defense on Green. Sensini, a better play to crash that pass, but a foul called. Hiller fans not happy about that one at all.
I think they got the call on number 55, Kate Earl, her second foul. So relentless. The Hillers trapping up top, forced a bad pass, and forced a turnover.
Sensini thought about the deep three. He's driving now, got it poked away, managed to save it. Ball inside to McDermott. Nice. Her layup rattles around, finds the mark.
Big bucket by Ashley, junior forward.
Three-pointer from Norwood hits the mark. Norwood's not been great from three here today. I think they've only hit two, maybe three in this entire game, but Maturo knocks that one down.
Quick release on that, Tim, too. She had it and got rid of it. Oh, nice.
Oh, this time the home run pass works for Norwood as Maturo's layup finds the mark. Opens up a three-point lead now.
Hillers need a hoop.
Quick little 5-point run there for Norwood. Hopkinton looking to answer. Morningstar drives, was blocked there by Earl, blocked with the body. I believe that's going to be Earl's third. They called it on the floor, though.
Both teams with 5 fouls with 6:08 left in the fourth quarter.
It's funny to see how drastically continuation fouls are called across varying levels of basketball, because that one I would have said she was in the process of shooting, just hadn't gotten the ball up. But no luck for the Hillers there.
No continuation,
and Yeah, and then they give it right back.
On a 5-second call, I think.
Right, yeah, right back to Norwood.
Kiki Fossbender playing some tough D. Playing good D with her feet there for all you young players.
Nice cross-court pass. Reen from 3.
Wow, she can hit him from the corners. That's about her third, 2 or 3 pointer from the corner. The corner.
Now a 6-point lead. An 8-0 run here for Norwood. Very quickly changing the complexion of this quarter. It's Morningstar.
And one.
Drives right by. Gets fouled. Again, I think this is going to be the 4th on Earl. No, looks like if they're going to hit it, they're going to give that to Reen. That is her 4th.
Either way, that's a good development for Hillers because there's Erin Reen and Samantha Reen. So number 4, Erin Reen, is having herself quite a night. She's got at least 10 or 12 points by my estimation here. And an opportunity for a 3-pointer for Lily.
Morningstar's free throw just a bit off the mark there. 4-point lead still for Norwood. 35-31. 5:20 left here in this contest. Obrys, I don't think has scored in the second half yet.
Oh, there it is.
Pass
nice job,
inside,
Caroline.
stolen by Connell. Oh, and that's going to be
gone.
it for Reen. That was, again, not to be rooting for Norwood here, but if you're going to foul somebody that important out, you got to make sure that they earn it. And that one was a little ticky-tack from this point of view.
Yeah, that's.
And she knew it, too. You saw the look on her face. She was not happy about that call.
Well, we have a bonus situation, 1-1. Mike Tarosian keeping us in the loop. Did they miss a bonus? That was their 8th foul. Well, it was an offensive foul, so you don't get the 1-1 on the offensive foul.
Right.
Nevertheless, quite a development there with Erin Reen fouling out with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left. She's had quite a game tonight, has a third of the points anyway for Norwood, and she's out.
Oh, they just they brought the fouls back down to 6, so that's why.
I see.
Apparently, just a bit of miscommunication there.
Got it.
Morningstar's mid-range jumper is good. She's starting to find her rhythm here in the 4th quarter, just when Hopkinton needed it the most.
That's a walk. Got away with one.
Giambancos for 3, knocks it down. But just as Morningstar is heating up, the 3-point shooting of Norwood is coming alive. That's 3 here in the final quarter.
We're going to bring Lauren Cho back in the game in a second.
Now, typically when Lily was off the court, Cho would barely get a rest at all. She got quite a lengthy one there. As Connell's
nice
left-handed
play.
layup too strong. Fossbender's shot doesn't find the mark. Now Giambanco again with it. Finds Olbrys, and that's big turn of events there for both teams as Norwood opens up a 7-point lead.
Coach Greco saying, bring it up, let's get a hoop. Letting the girls play here. The only senior on either roster, Lily Morningstar, she almost a travel by Ashley.
Yeah,
she got away
with one, yep.
They got Amelia,
And a carry there as Fossbender lost a bit of control there and tried to corral it. Yeah, timeout going to Hopkinton. 3:44 left here. And this 4th quarter's had about 3 or 4 individual runs from both teams where you're thinking that they might run away with it, but as it stands right now, Norwood up 40-33.
Yeah, the Hillers have nudged their way back, getting getting the lead down to 3 or 4 points, and then the Norwood responded a couple of times with some big hoops, so they holding a 7-point lead, 40-33, 3:44 left in the 4th quarter. 1-and-1 situation could come into play.
Right. Yeah, I imagine it will. Yeah, one more foul going against Norwood will give them 7 here for the half. So Hillers will be shooting from now on But Lily Morningstar is really coming alive. I would have to imagine having close to 15 points for the Hillers, almost half their offensive output here in this one. And especially in the fourth quarter, is just kind of dictating what type of shots she wants to get off and taking what she gets. But meanwhile, on the other end, as I mentioned before, Norwood's three-point shooting coming alive. They had, I think, 2 in the game prior to this fourth quarter and have hit 3 alone in this quarter. And that has really been the difference.
Yeah, right now the Hillers need to dig in. There's the home run, looking for the home run, not there. Hillers need a couple stops and a couple hoops. There's still plenty of time here, but they do need to stop. Here we go.
And an offensive foul called on Norwood again on a screen.
And that's a one. Oh, I guess they don't. There's not a 1-on-1 on an offensive foul.
Right.
Evidently
right.
so.
Yep.
All right. Well, there's a good break for the Hillers. You got Amelia Sensini in there. If you can get her set up for another 3, she's hit a couple tonight. Ooh, easy.
And that looked to be their
Nice.
plan as she drives her shot up and in. Sensini.
She's got 10 or 12 points.
Yeah, I believe that's her 9th and 10th points right there.
There it is. Ooh, that's a foul.
And
that's all right.
Cho a bit too aggressive trying to grab that one. Olbrey's got the long wingspan, able to grab that away, and Cho just got hit with the foul there. Just her 2nd of the game, but now one more, and Norwood will be shooting.
Looking for the home run. Look at number 5. There she is.
Yep, Giambanco wisely holds it up, though. Not much. Now she pulls the 3. That one, look, that would have been a backbreaker for Hopkinton had she made that. Luckily for the Hillers, no luck or no such thing happening as McDermott, high off the glass, makes it a 3-point game.
Beautiful. 2 quick hoops for the Hillers. We have a game here. 3-point lead. That's out of bounds.
Another deep pass. The freewheeling style here from Norwood coming back to bite them. There's another turnover there. Gives the ball back to the Hillers. 2:30 left here in the fourth. 40-37 lead for Norwood.
Plenty of time. Just get a nice hoop here. Work for a good shot. Ooh.
Morningstar drives, and tough call against Norwood there, but she Lily kind of initiated the contact, tried to split the double team.
Some of the Norwood fans here, we can hear through our headphones, very explicit. It's all clean, but one of the Norwood parents suggested that the ref swallow his whistle, so that's pretty direct, but not so subtle.
No. First free throw just off the mark, grabbed by Norwood. Tough break there for the Hillers. Couldn't take advantage of the foul.
Good D by Lily.
Giambanco fires the 3, knocks that one down. Giambanco, the junior, her and Emma Maturo, the only upperclassmen on the roster for Norwood, and Giambanco's had a huge fourth quarter, hitting 2 or 3 3-point shots. That opens up a 6-point lead for Norwood with 2:02 left here in the fourth.
Yeah, again, the Hillers nudged it back to 3 points after being down at 7, and now it's back to 6. So a little bit of a roller coaster here, and the 2 minutes and 2 seconds, a lot of time to work with here. And with Norwood's primary ball handler, Erin Reen, fouling out with about 5.5 minutes left or thereabouts, kind of opening the door a little bit for the Hillers, but they need to take advantage of it, and they need a couple stops again.
Right, but something worth noting is number 55, Kate Earl, playing the center position, for a lack of a better word, for Norwood for pretty much the entirety of this game, is sitting at 4 fouls. And like you said, we just saw Erin Reen have to leave the game a few minutes ago on what I think was a questionable foul call, but nonetheless, she's out of the game regardless, and Earl is 1 foul away from joining her. And we haven't seen too much of the bench for Norwood. They're only 9 players overall, and even that, it's kind of shortened down to like a 7-girl rotation. Now down to 6, it feels like, because of Reen out for good.
Yep. And Hillers could use just need a bucket. Whoa.
Interesting strategy. They got Olbrys on Morningstar, maybe hoping that the length will bother her.
And you can tell she's fired up to cover Lily.
Yeah, it's going over the screen's not going to give Lily anything
nice,
easy.
Ashley.
McDermott's
too bad.
turnaround jumper, no good. Somehow getting in there was Allie Steves. She got wrapped up real quick. A jump ball called. This one stays with Norwood, though. 1:36 left. Still 6-point advantage for the Mustangs.
Well, wide open on the right.
This time a bit more subdued passing for Norwood to get it past the half-court line. As Gianbanco, you can tell, feeling a little bit more confident after knocking down those threes.
Ten seconds on the
Good
shot.
defense from Cho. Good step-back jumper just off the mark. Morningstar grabs the rebound.
Good box by Lily there, too. Easy.
And Connell's pass almost ate up Sensini there, but luckily Amelia was able to handle it. Connell drives just a bit short on the rebound.
And one.
Gets a chance again for another bucket. Timeout called.
Could have been a foul there, close. But nevertheless.
They'll take the 2 points.
Yeah, 4 points, 56 seconds left. Plenty of time. We got them right where we want them.
Exactly, right? False sense of security there. Yeah, like you said, Steve, just under a minute left. A 4-point lead now for Norwood. Big bucket there from Connell. She missed the first attempt, able to grab her own offensive rebound and put that in. And then a timeout shortly after from Coach Greco. We'll see what exactly they have planned here, because another 3-point shot would probably be a backbreaker for Hopkinton. When we've seen the Norwood Mustangs really come alive from three-point land here in this fourth quarter, especially Gianbanco, the elder statesman, if you will, of the relatively young Norwood roster.
Yeah, and to the extent that the Hillers can do any scouting for, and I'm sure they do, but if the next foul on the Hillers is going to put Norwood on the foul line, and that's a way to manage the clock a little bit. If you know that perhaps what I do recall is Kate Earl has missed a few foul shots, and that's her fourth. She's got 4 fouls too.
Right.
But there's the home run ball. Looking nothing there. They need to stop. But at some point they may need choose to foul. Looking to. Yeah. That's all right. And that's a 1-on-1 situation.
You got to be sure that you get the foul called, because we've seen several games where the player thinks, a little tap will get me that foul. Sometimes certain refs don't call it like that. So you got to actually earn your foul, so to speak, as free throw is good there from Allie Steves, a freshman taking big free throws here in a crucial moment. That one rattles around. Olbrys
almost over the top.
Almost took it away. Connell able, again, to get a good position.
Need a quick one. 38 seconds.
Again, Olbrys on Morningstar. That length
Watch it.
Giving her trouble. Connell shot, no good. Rebound goes to Norwood. 5-point lead with 25 seconds left. They got a foul. They can't let her take her time. Morningstar fouls her there, but precious time, about 15 or so seconds coming off the clock there. I don't know what quite happened, but either way, Norwood's going to be shooting at least one from the line here. Gianbanco, the junior, with a chance to make it a 6-point lead. Off the mark, and Joe grabs the rebound.
There it is.
In the hands of Morningstar. Connell thought about the three. He's going to drive. Blocked by Earl. Goes out of bounds. 11 seconds left for Hopkinton as they keep possession, as that ball was off of Earl.
Got to launch it.
Cho launches the awkward three.
Oh, too bad.
Off the mark. Grabbed by Norwood. Looks like that's going to do it here. Norwood holds on against a spirited Hillers effort here, taking this one 44-39, advancing to 11-0, while the Hillers fortunately lose their third one in a row and their sixth out of the last 7, dropping to 4-6 overall, 3-5 in the TVL.
Yeah, that's a tough one. They certainly both teams played great. Congratulations to both teams. They worked hard. Good, clean game. And I guess we find out why Norwood's a 10-0, now an 11-0 team. They keep their composure.
Yeah, at crunch time, they really they played their best there at the end there.
Yeah, they knew what to do at the end and managed things well. And good job by the Hiller girls. They fall to 4-6, and Norwood goes to 11-0. Final score 44-39 Norwood. And you can take us out to the break here.
Yeah, to round things out here, just one more shout out to our crew: John Ritz, Andy Ritz, Jaden McCloskey, and of course Mike Tarosian, trying to keep us in check. So again, the Hillers dropped to 4-6 overall, 3-5 in the TVL. The next game at Medway is going to be on Tuesday, the 22nd at 6:30. Another away game at Holliston on Friday, the 25th at 6:30. And then the next time you will hear Steve and I's lovely voices is going to be Tuesday, the 29th at 5 p.m. Hosting Ashley, and probably going to be a girl-boy doubleheader, I would imagine. But we hope to see you guys there, and we want to thank you for joining us here for this one.